Everyone, you're welcome back to my channel. I'm still your girl Tochi Williams Sonekwe. See, I want to start this storytelling in this channel. I hope you guys will help me by subscribing, sharing, and watching, and telling me what to think about my story if it is interesting. Because if you tell me that it's interesting, I will continue. But if you tell me that it's not interesting, I might have a change of mind. But I don't want to do that. I want to start telling you stories in this channel because I know that these stories will go a long way to help you in raising your kids and in your life generally. Okay, so the title of our story today is Ifeoma, my only child. So this Ifeoma happens to be the only child of Mr. and Mrs. Ibe, and they live with a girl called Ijeoma. And this Ijeoma is just 2 years older than Ifeoma. But because Ifeoma is the only child of Mr. and Mrs. Ibe, they pampered her so much. They spare the rock and spoil the child. Even though the Bible said that we should spoil the rod and spare the child. But Mr. and Mrs. Ibe, they did the opposite. In the house, it is just Ijeoma who wash the plates, who wash clothes, who do other house chores, who cooks and everything. So while Mrs. Ibe was raising these two children, Ifeoma and Ijeoma, she concentrated more on Ijeoma, because Ijeoma is not her daughter. Ifeoma is her only daughter and only child. They were growing. At that point, Ijeoma was thinking that this Mrs. Ibe is wicked. She maltreats me. She sent me to do everything all alone. She doesn't allow her daughter, Ifeoma, to do anything. And Ijeoma will be complaining. When Ijeoma goes to school, she'll be complaining to her classmates. Look at how Mrs. Ibe is treating me. She treats me as if I am this, I am that. She never know that Mrs. Ibe was preparing her for a better tomorrow, for a better future. So it continues like that. And Ifeoma, on the other side, will be thinking that my mommy loves me so much. She doesn't allow me to do anything and all of that. Even Mr. Ibe too wouldn't allow Mrs. Ibe to send Ifeoma on any errands. Ijeoma will be the only one doing all of that. It got to a point that they finished their primary school. When they finished primary school and entered secondary school, Ifeoma started learning how to cook. Sorry, Ijeoma started learning how to cook while Ifeoma was there doing mommy's girl, mommy, daddy's girl. You know, they don't teach her. She feel relaxed. She doesn't even do anything at home. Ijeoma was doing it and complaining. They finished their secondary school. They started learning handwork. Mrs. Ibe sent Ifeoma to go and learn how to make hair, and send Ijeoma to go and learn how to sew clothes. The two of them went there because Ijeoma knows that she needs to be useful to herself because her parents are no more. She was busy learning how to sew clothes, how to do everything. Then Ifeoma, on the other side, instead of learning what they sent her to do, Ifeoma decided that if she go there, if her madam where she was learning tell her to do this, she will say no, I doesn't do anything at home and all of that. It continued like that. At some point, she decided that she's not learning again, and the mother did not do anything. At this point, the family did not have enough money to send them to school, you know. So, and let's not forget that this Ijeoma is related to the family. She's a Mrs. Ibe's nephew, niece, sorry. So when they grow, at some point they go to the age of getting married. Because Ifeoma is so beautiful, if you see her, she's a morning star, very beautiful. So men started coming for her hand in marriage, and the family decided that since she is ripe for marriage, it is high time she get married. They sent her. The man married her. 1 month later, another man came for Ijeoma's hand in marriage, and Ijeoma got married. So the two of them got married, and the family, Mr. and Mrs. Ibe, we are just on their own doing their thing. So when Ifeoma got to her family, to her house, now it is her house, she can't do anything for the husband. At first, the husband thought it is maybe she just came, maybe with time she will change and everything. Every day the man will go outside and buy food for the family. To wash, Ifeoma started demanding that the husband should get her a maid. Ijeoma, you don't have a child at the moment though. She hasn't. Okay, they said 3 months after getting married, she get pregnant. And the husband thought that maybe because she's pregnant, she is that lazy because she doesn't know how to do anything. One day, her husband's friends decided to visit their home, and the husband decided that it is high time she prepares food for him and his friends. So he gave him money. He gave her money to go and buy all the things that she'll be needing to cook. She went to the market, bought meat, fish, everything assorted because the man have money, you know, and that was why the man have been spending so much on her ever since she entered the house. So that day, Ifeoma prepares a meal for the family, as in for her husband and the husband's friends who came to visit them. Only that day, Ifeoma messed up everything because the pepper, she did not grind anyone. The onion, she did not cut anyone. Everything, she just packed everything inside and put. Oh God, they say that day the husband nearly cried, and that was how the husband bundled Ifeoma and the pregnancy, carry her inside the car and send her straight back to her family. And only then the mother realizes what she have done to herself and her daughter. And on the other side, if Ijeoma was enjoying her marriage, it was the same day that Ifeoma's husband brought her back to the home. That Ijeoma's husband came to the family with a bag of rice, a bag of semo, a groundnut oil, and all the food stuff to come and thank Mrs. Ibe for raising a great child in Ijeoma. So that was when the mother shed tears, thinking that, because at first she thought that she was being good, she was a kind of, doing something good by not teaching her own daughter and raising another woman's child. Only then Mrs. Ibe realizes that she did not raise her daughter well. Thanks for watching. I hope you learned something from that little story. Okay, tell me what you think about it and share this video. I love you guys. Bye for now.